We are here to launch the map on ability in Nairobi, in accessibility in Nairobi. And this map is going to show the areas in Nairobi, within the city of Nairobi, that are most accessible to people with disability. And this is going to be an eye-opener because people who are designing our buildings, people who are designing our roads, people who are designing every public sector in our city are not sensitive enough to the needs of people with disability. And this is an issue that we need to address very urgently because it is a human rights issue and is an issue that is within our constitution and within our laws. The laws requires that we shall have accessible public environment, with accessible public transport, and a place that is accessible to almost everybody. We are not just looking at people with disability, we are looking at children, we are looking with mothers. All these things these issues are going to address the issues affecting all of us. And issues of accessibility, it can be used by anybody and by everybody. So I believe that Kenya must embrace these things as of yesterday. So what we are doing here is trying to show the world that Kenya, and indeed there are agencies within the government and those that are working with the government to address these issues, the issues of disability. One of the laws that has been in place for now almost 20 years is the Persons with Disabilities Act, which came in force, was implemented in 2003. But it waited for 6 years to be implemented, which was implemented in 2010, and it was partially implemented. But right now, it's fully implemented, but it's not yet aligned to the Constitution. So we are bringing the amendments to Parliament so that we can align to the new Constitution and make sure that the issues addressed there, especially the issues on accessibility, are properly addressed. So that and if you are designing a building, those who are designing our roads, they'll have no excuse not to implement the provisions of these acts. So this is one of the things that we need to do. And one of the things that we are lacking behind in this country is implementing the laws. We have beautiful legislations all over, but they are not properly implemented. For example, we say a building, if a building is more than 3 floors or 4 floors, they should have a lift. But you find apartments, even where people live, they are going to 6 stories and there's no lift. People have just to walk all the way up, which is unacceptable. And anybody who is licensing such a development should be taken to account, because how did you circumvent the law for you to license somebody, a developer, to develop a property of that magnitude without putting in facilities that will address issues with disability? So not just disability, but even people who are using that building, you are inconveniencing them, and not everybody is able enough to walk all those many floors. And sometimes people are taking even their houseware inside the building. They should be able to access. And many buildings, if you have gone to many buildings, you'll find that there is always fire exit, but those fire exits are not accessible. You'll find you are on 10th floor, but the fire exit are stairs. So if you are told that you're not using the lifts, how do you get out? That is one of the biggest questions that we need to ask. How do you ride on our roads when there's no even a place for people to walk? People are using bicycles, people are using bodabodas. That's why you're seeing so many accidents happening, because all of us are just on the road just trying to maneuver on how to get where you want to go. I think that's the problem we have on the issues of accessibility, and the government need to take these things very seriously.